All right, let's be real. Ever seen an older guy walking down the street with a younger woman, and your brain suddenly goes into Sherlock Holmes mode, like, how did he pull that off? What's his secret? Magic? Money? A time machine? Well, spoiler alert, it's probably none of that. Here's the truth. When it comes to flirting with younger women, older men actually have a secret weapon. And it's not their bank account or the fact that they've seen a few more sunrises. It's all about how they use their age, not as a barrier, but as an advantage. And trust me, there's a way to do it right, and a way that'll make you look like you just walked out of a midlife crisis movie. So, if you're an older guy wondering how to talk, flirt, and connect with a younger woman without sounding like your pickup line came from a 70s disco club, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. First things first, stop trying to act young. This is mistake number one. The moment you start using slang like YOLO or wear skinny jeans that should honestly be arrested for public indecency, it's over. You see, younger women are not looking for a grown man to become a teenager again. That's not attractive. That's confusing. Like ordering a steak and getting cotton candy. It's just... no. What they do find attractive is maturity, the calmness, the confidence, the emotional control that comes from life experience. Basically, they're drawn to what other guys their age are still trying to figure out. Let me break it down with an example. Imagine a younger woman is texting a guy her age, and he takes 3 hours to respond because he's playing video games and forgot. Meanwhile, you respond with a cool, thoughtful message, maybe with a clever joke, in a reasonable amount of time. She'll notice the difference immediately. You didn't try to be flashy. You didn't try to outdo anyone. You just showed presence. And that's powerful. Now, let's talk about humor. Your secret weapon. Flirting without humor is like pizza without cheese. It just doesn't hit right. But here's the thing, your humor should not come off like you're trying to win America's Got Dad jokes. Keep it light, self-aware, and charming. For instance, if she says, "I love going to music festivals," you don't respond with, "Back in my day we had Woodstock and people bathed in mud." No, just don't. Instead, try something like, "I'm not saying I'm too old for festivals, but last time I stood for 6 hours, I needed a chiropractor and emotional support." Boom. You made her smile without sounding like her grandpa. You see, women appreciate a man who doesn't take himself too seriously. That kind of humor builds connection, not cringe. All right, here's a spicy truth. Confidence is king, but desperation is the court jester. One of the biggest turn-offs for a younger woman is an older guy trying too hard to impress. Bragging about your career, your car, or how many squats you did this morning. That's not confidence. That's a midlife panic attack dressed in gym shorts. Confidence in this context is about knowing your worth without screaming about it. Let's say you're on a date. Instead of flexing your resume like you're applying for a job, ask her questions that show you're genuinely interested. Be curious. Listen more than you speak. And when you do speak, share stories that reflect your character, not just your achievements. Here's an easy trick. When in doubt, say less, but mean more. She'll remember how you made her feel way more than what you claim to own. Next up, style. No, you don't need to dress like her favorite TikToker. You don't need to dye your hair, pierce your nose, or wear neon just to keep up. In fact, trying too hard with your wardrobe is one of the fastest ways to look out of place. Instead, aim for classic, clean, and fitted. You know what never goes out of style? A well-fitted shirt, clean shoes, and smelling good. Honestly, you could walk into a room wearing just a plain white tee, good cologne, and confidence, and boom. You've already outdone 90% of the guys her age who still think Axe body spray is a personality trait. And remember, she's not looking for a fashion icon. She's looking for a man who knows who he is. Here's a big one. Don't treat her like a child. Just because she's younger doesn't mean she wants to be lectured, corrected, or guided like you're her life coach. Don't say things like, "Oh, you wouldn't understand, you're too young." That's not flirting. That's patronizing. Instead, treat her like an equal. Respect her thoughts, her interests, her passions. If she's talking about something she loves, whether it's astrology, anime, or skincare routines that take longer than your tax returns, lean in. Be curious. Ask questions. She'll appreciate the fact that you value her mind as much as her appearance. Now, let's talk energy. You might be older, but your energy should still feel alive, curious, and open. You don't have to match her speed, but you do have to match her vibe. For example, if she wants to try a salsa class, don't immediately say, "My knees are retired." Instead say, "All right, but I can't promise I won't invent new moves accidentally." You don't need to be the most energetic man in the room. You just need to be open to trying, laughing, and having fun without acting like you're too old for this. That mindset. It's attractive. It shows you're alive, not just aging. Time for the elephant in the room. What do younger women really want from older men? No, it's not always money. That's a lazy assumption. A lot of younger women are looking for stability, for peace, for someone who knows who he is and isn't just chasing validation on social media. And guess what? That's where older men shine. You've lived, you've learned, you've probably crashed and burned a few times, and now you're not interested in games. That's golden. The only question is, are you using that experience with confidence or insecurity? Because the difference shows up in every word you say. Let's get into texting. Yes, flirting happens here too. Don't send 10 messages in a row if she doesn't reply in 5 minutes. You're not trying to unlock a secret level. Also, no novel-length paragraphs about your day. Keep it light, playful, and confident. If she replies late, you don't send, "Why didn't you reply?" Instead you say, well, someone's out here living a mysterious double life. Should I be concerned?" Playful, flirty, non-needy. That's the tone. That's how you win her attention. And here's something women never say out loud, but absolutely feel. When an older man flirts with confidence and class, not sleaze, she doesn't just notice, she remembers. Why? Because it's rare. Most younger guys are still figuring themselves out. But an older guy who flirts with calm energy, deep interest, and a little sprinkle of humor, that hits different. She's used to guys who want attention, but you give her presence, you make her feel seen. That's the game changer. So let's wrap it up with this. How should older men flirt with younger women? By being themselves, but the best version. No pretending to be young, no overcompensating, no trying to prove anything. Just be real, be confident, be curious, and for the love of all that is attractive, be fun. Age gaps in relationships aren't weird when they're based on mutual respect, attraction, and connection. So next time you're talking to a younger woman, don't second-guess yourself. If you've got a vibe, share it. If you've got a story, tell it. And if you're going to flirt, make it feel like her age doesn't matter, because you're both on the same page emotionally. That, my friend, is how older men should flirt, with style, simplicity, and just enough spice to keep her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. And who knows, you might just become the guy every younger woman wishes the boys her age could grow up to be.